Good evening, ballers. Welcome to the 55th episode of the Stepback. Your host, Leon Tompkins, my main man, Jacob Moses. Decided to go Saturday afternoon, going back to basics, back to the beginning, because, well, I ended up being busy last night, so decided to come on today and, hit you with the Jason Williams episode, White Chocolate.
Sir,
How you feeling, brother?
chocolate. I am feeling good. I mean, it's the street. It's something crazy, and you hit the music, man. All right. No, but I had to do it. I had to hit them with the one time. 8 games. It's getting crazy now. They're playing with heart. They are just not giving up. Just taking advantage of what teams play them, who goes down, and it's good to be a Knicks fan right now, man. It's been a long time coming. And if you said you saw this coming, you would damn lie. Just gonna.
Word, 8 straight. It looks like we went from winter to summer, spring. Decided to take a seat, stay in a hole with the groundhog. I got my sweater on, but yeah, man, these Knicks are impressive. Which win has been the most impressive to you?
Hmm. I would have to say when they came back from double digits, I want to say it was the Hornets. They were down. They were down. They couldn't get anything going, and then something clicked. Julius. Bullock started hitting shots. I mean, when you get everything from your star player and then role players come out of nowhere and actually hit the big shots instead of just effing it up, you got to go. I definitely got to go with the Hornets game. I mean, a lot of them, but I'll go with the Hornets because I like just the heart for you to come down because this is the same Knicks team like last year. You're down by double digits, game was over no matter what. And they didn't give up. Even once again, even Alpha Payton even gave you something. So you take that and you run with it. But what Randall, I know at the beginning I said Jeremy Grant, but with the Knicks playing like they are now, I'm sorry, he has to be the front runner. And you're getting Alex Burst was doing his thing, but now Reggie Bullock's starting to step up. You got Noel playing out of his all-world defense. That's what his whole spiel coming out of college from Kentucky, another Kentucky guy. Shout out to Kenny Payne. Um, I wish I saw Kevin Knox more so I can get that MPJ, you know, monkey off my back. Everything. Rose is doing his thing. I can't talk enough about my man RJ. Damn right, Leon. Who was saying they wanted RJ instead of Zion? Me, god darn it. Yeah, I am gonna pet. Gosh, Rob. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm happy. He's actually coming along as a player, as a playmaker. I wish they would do it more. He's hitting big shots. He embraced playing in New York, and you always got to love those kind of players. The same thing as Julius Randle. He has embraced it. He's even said it to Woj that, it pretty much saved him coming to the Knicks. Because how I felt about Randle, I had a feeling he can be really good if he stopped the spin cycle, stopped being, kind of self. He was a selfish player. He would get in and not looking for his teammates, but he's doing it now. And thanks to Kenny Payne once again, but thanks to Tom Thibodeau. Bulls fans, you are probably sick. You just want to regurgitate because I told you that he was going to do things for this team. And, oh no, he's going to run him into the ground. Listen, if guys are getting mad that if you're locking the gym so your guys can take time off from practicing and they don't want to, you instilled a nice little, toughness about your team and wanted to work harder for you. And like I said, as a Knicks fan, that's all I wanted. It's been tough. You know it. All these bad teams, all these trash Bargnani trades, I had to go through all that, getting razzed by you. Man, I am happy. If you go to the playoffs and get wiped, I don't care if they go to the playoffs and get wiped. They got to the playoffs. They change. The culture changes as you as you've seen with your boys, you know quite firsthand
Hmm.
what a culture change can do for a team, and this is the start of it, and I am happy.
Yeah, no longer the laughing stock. You're dancing in the streets as we see here in
That's
videos.
that's too much. That's too
Yeah.
much.
I mean, listen, you go from, I mean, RJ's hitting threes now. You see that progression. You see, like, you getting like comeback wins against the Hornets, against the Hawks. You're now the fourth seed. Even if Trey Young goes down, we'll give you that one. But it like we saying, oh yeah, it's a lot to like about this team. It goes from, well, yeah, it's a nice story to now a legit four seed contender,
Hmm.
even with the Mitch Robinson injuries and the revolving door at point guard. You look at quickly,
Yes.
legit, you know, six man. He can spot start for you. So, and you get all the naysayers from Chicago days and Rose and Thibodeau. So it's a lot to like. Um,
Hmm. The season's already a massive success, and
yeah,
it's beyond. It's went beyond what anybody could have thought. Anybody, and
yeah. Like that 4 or 5 seed, and you're not too far from three.
nope.
So you kind of like out of yourself from that one game play in,
Hmm.
and hey,
Yeah,
we got some cuteness on the screen.
yeah. She makes it better, right? You going outside? All right. Be careful. You're five. Can you say go Knicks? Say go Knicks. Yep. There you go. All right.
uh, but yeah, it's like that 4 or 5 seed. Who
Hmm.
so the Knicks will seem like locking the playoffs. Who would you want to see uh, your preferred matchup? The
Anybody.
Hawks.
Hell yeah. Anybody. Doesn't matter. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. No, the Hawks. Like I said, the Nets. Obviously, we face them in the first round. They'll give us. I don't think we'll give any team a run for their money, besides the Nets, because of the power. If they come back healthy, and it's going to be hard for any team to beat them. But I really like our. Yeah, I would take the Hawks. Honestly, I would take the Hawks because it seems like it would be a nice little matchup. Celtics, I know it's regular season, but still, Kimba's getting hot, so that will be tough. Look at the standings right quick.
I
Set.
mean, I know there's some nostalgia with the Heat. Going back to
Oh,
that you got the shirt on.
I got it. The
Oh,
'99 team. Yes, Ewan Johnson, Spreewell, Houston. That's right. You see it. Yeah, buddy. Ward, Thomas, Camby, Childs. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, of course, the Heat. From the whole morning scuffle, Jeff Van Gundy hanging on ankles. Man, I would actually, I wouldn't mind that either. I really wouldn't mind that.
yeah, but but as far as the Nets are concerned, listen, uh, we know where the Nets struggles and their injury concerns.
Hmm.
It would be nice for New York. I don't think they would face each other until the second round. So
Yeah.
obviously, the Knicks have to win a round. The
Hmm.
Nets have to win a round. It would be good to see. It'll be Nets in five. Just stop.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
next is
just pump the brakes right here.
next is seven. So, somebody getting hurt. Nah, but yeah, definitely. I mean, 5 or 6. Let's keep it real. But the Nets are way too overpowered. We still need another guy. Toughness can get you so far, and defense can get you so far. Like I said, if they even push it to a game 7, makes it even better. But yeah, right now, looking at the standings, yeah, give me the Hawks. I mean, I don't want to face. Yeah, I don't want them to bump down because I don't want to see Philly or
Yeah,
I don't want to see the Bucks too early. Well, no, actually, the Bucks I wouldn't mind. Just clamp up Giannis. Clamp up Giannis, make everybody else beat you. So they're beatable as we've seen. But yeah, right now, give me the Hawks. I'll stay in the fourth spot. I'll be fine with that. Even the Celtics. I win. Like I said, I want it all. You ain't backtracking. Whoever's out there, go get them.
yeah. Like so, Knicks make the playoffs. You have Thibodeau as your coach of the year.
You damn right. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Scott, I don't care what the best record. Listen, you got the Knicks back to the playoffs. since 13. Yeah, and they've been looking the laughing stock, the whole KP, Phil Jack. You deserve it. You deserve the coach of the year. You deserve an award. Man, you deserve a damn statue. Him going like this, getting pissed off at his players outside of the garden because this this shit's been horrible. But yeah, he's instilled his toughness to this team, and players gravitate towards him. And even though you hear bad things about him, there's a lot of good. I mean, obviously, you see the guy every day. He just pushes players hard. I think now it's just a lot of players don't want to push themselves to that limit. And of course, he's an old school coach. Old school coaches, they want you to play hard every possession. They want you to practice hard. They want you to go into that arena with the mindset that you are gonna just you're gonna work, and that's the end of the story. But yeah, it's looking good, man. I'm happy. All the Knicks fans, out there, Henry, Joe, we going crazy. This is nuts. I
Yeah,
can't believe it.
I, I definitely think he ends up like in the top three.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely top five. It's a good crop of candidates this year. You
Oh
got
yeah, for
Doc,
sure.
you got Doc Rivers out there, like really sleeping under the radar. Quinn
Mm-hmm.
Snyder out in Utah on a multiple uh, over 9 game winning streak this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my man Steve Nash, I know he's gonna even with all the talent he has and all the injuries he had to overcome. I think he's done a fantastic job in his first year as head coach. I know I'm a little biased, but I think uh, you know even established coaches might have had an issue with all the star power and the injuries. But Thibodeau is definitely up there. I wouldn't be shocked, and definitely Monty Williams out in Phoenix
Yes. Mm-hmm.
has to get some mention.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an interesting race.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's fun. This year has been fun, man.
Yeah,
We all say and we all know if the Knicks are good, the NBA is good. LeBron even said it. We don't want to hear your mouth because you had a chance to change it around. Your ass went. I don't want to hear you. Shut up. I mean, you had your shot. So, oh, you didn't. No, shut up. I don't want to hear you. But no, when the basketball is just the league is great when the Knicks are even better because the atmosphere is there, the fans. But
yeah,
this year in general has been just it's been wacky. A lot of parity, man. You didn't see a lot of this coming. Like you look at the standings right now. Of course the Nets. We knew they were going to be there. Of course the Knicks. I mean, no, excuse me. Of course the Bucks, the Hawks. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, the Hornets. And you flip over to the West. Who would have thought Utah and Phoenix? I mean, you knew they were going to be in there. We would think, okay, they're middle of the pack teams, but top divisions playing like they're playing, nah.
No, it,
This is good for the league, though. This is really good for the league.
uh, I totally agree. And you mentioned the Knicks being good, the league is good, and we saw that comeback win against the Pelicans. I mean, listen, Zion had his years. His time in New York for a bit. Played
Hmm.
Brooklyn, played New York, and he mentioned how he loves playing in New York and playing at MSG.
Hmm.
Now we went through the same nonsense with LeBron. Waited three
Hmm.
years for him to
Hmm.
make his decision. You did the same thing with Kyrie and KD for them to
Hmm.
go across town.
Hmm.
Do you think the media is going to eat up Zion
Of
and
course.
follow this go against the time frame and
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.
Knicks wait 3 years, 4 years for Zion to make his decision?
Absolutely. They're gonna do it. They're gonna play the hell out of it. Obviously his boy, his roommate RJ is here already. Oh, have you been talking to RJ? How it's like actually playing here? Oh, blah blah. All these questions. Me personally, I didn't believe in the whole KD Kyrie thing. I was like, if they come, they come. But nobody's gonna come here if you don't win your fair amount of games. It's just not gonna happen. I never got up to the whole LeBron hype, and I even said I Mari Stoudemire when he came there, I wanted David Lee back. Honestly, I didn't want nothing to do with Amari because his knees. Yes, he did bring us back, but I always liked David Lee. He was a 20 and 10 guy. You could have built around that. With the whole Gallinari, we were doing really good with the Melo trade. I didn't want the Melo trade. Love Melo to death, but I didn't want it. I told him to take his ass to Brooklyn if you were going to play that game. I
You did.
because when you actually do that, you You break the team down, then you got to start over, and it screwed us in the long run. Yeah, we had 2 years to play up, but it screwed us in the long run because picks turned into freaking, Jamal Murray and this player and that player. So you look back and go, damn, why'd you do that? But at this point, build it, build it, build it. If Zion want to come in 3 years, absolutely. Don't make any dumb trades. There's been reports out there. Guys have been saying, oh yeah, there will be a big free agent to come to New York. When you come here, free agency, no trades. You come to join it and win a championship, not breaking down the team and then you'll be the only guy sitting there with snot in your hand trying to get the team back on board. But I like it right now. I wouldn't change anything. But yeah, the media is going to eat it up until whenever his free agency is.
Yeah, I actually did think LeBron was going to come here for a bit, but the management and ownership was kind of like in shambles
Mm-hmm.
at that time. So I guess it didn't play out. I like where the Knicks are at this point. They have their draft picks. They didn't do anything crazy, and I also like where the where they are as far as their core is set.
Mm-hmm.
Where they are, I think they had to make a decision on Randall. If
Mm-hmm.
they decide to go Randall RJ and then just uh, uh, build from there, they can add a third free agent
Mm-hmm.
and maybe trade Toppin or something for that other
I,
star. I don't.
mm-hmm.
That's where they kind of have to decide
That's the conundrum.
where they want to go, depending
Yeah,
on where they go this year.
and me, I was happy as hell for Obi, the whole coming home thing. But I think Halliburton would have been a better move because of us needing a point guard. Because now we're still, Derrick Rose is going to get you so far, but he's not a starter.
Hmm.
He's not, that guy that's going to be in there for 25, excuse me, 30 plus minutes. So yeah, if you have to, you got to keep Randall. I am sorry. You have to max Randall out. There's no this year. These are the kind of years that you say okay, and this is when the Knicks get it wrong. This is when they usually let the guys go right after they do it. No, this is when you got to max them out. Get him and RJ. That's your base. Maybe Mitchell Robinson. Let that be your base and figure out everything else. Peyton, you got to go. Frank, maybe he could be a rotational piece. Knox, you got to go. If you're not going to use him, let him go. Burks, I would want back. Noel, I damn sure want back. And they got to figure out from there. But we need another guy, one more guy to put it together. It's just like with the Nets. They knew they were going to be good, but once you got Harden, it was okay.
Yeah.
I so gay.
and that's where we are gonna go next. James Harden, suffered a setback, might not see him into the playoffs. Yeah, I know those hamstrings are tricky,
hmm
and it also raises the question. You know, he's been durable for his entire career, but
hmm
did him coming in out of shape and then playing those heavy minutes kind of lead to where we are now?
It, it definitely could have. I mean, obviously, as you know, when you're not in shape and you try to do certain things, and especially playing at a high level, it really and plus how he was playing, man, he was
Yeah,
playing MVP. He's putting up MVP type numbers, and he was on the floor. He was the one always consistent on the floor when Kyrie was out, KD was out. He was maybe the his step back, no pun intended. Maybe his step back hurt him, man. Doing that move and he does it with force. It's not like
yeah,
he's, you know, no, but that really could have it could have taken a toll. And he's what 30 now.
yeah.
He's like 31. Yeah, man, it'll catch up to you. But hopefully, they all can get healthy. And like I said, I always want to see teams at their best because then you don't have that what if. Oh, what if Harden wasn't hurt and what if KD came back healthy? But we might be looking towards that. But lucky for you, as a Net fan, you got the D word. No, you dirty-minded people. I'm talking about death. um, but they have that. Tyler Yeehaw Johnson. Um, I like that kid Alizé
Uh-huh.
Johnson's another Johnson. Yeah, a lot of Johnsons. Whoa. Pause.
Yeah.
You have him. Well, it's my guy Nicholas Claxton. Love that kid.
hmm
Uh, Trigger Joe Harris.
Yeah, the teams are like really focusing on Joe now, and
Uh,
he's turning into that fourth option.
hmm I
And
wanted
him
him.
and him and Shamit, KD described as the next version of the Splash Brothers. Was all right,
Man,
you going a little crazy, but
nah.
I could see where he's going. Those guys are
Yeah.
kind of automatic, but
hmm
I mean, considering the star power on the floor,
hmm
you got to account for you can't account for everybody.
Nah, not at all. And I said about Shamit, we talked about this earlier episode. Like, what is going on with him? If he can get it going, man, that just adds another element of shooting that you guys have, and bombs away. What are y'all still averaging? What 100 and what?
Uh,
I know you.
like like 110, 115 points
Yeah,
a
I
game.
mean,
So they're gonna score. Scoring is definitely not the issue.
mm,
Defense has always been their bugaboo, but they have improved
oh yeah.
significantly throughout the course of the year. And
hmm
last night against Boston, Kyrie had what, 2 blocks, 4 steals,
hmm
shot horribly, but uh, and we turned out to be right uh, last week about the rumors of Kyrie converting to Islam and uh, practicing uh, Ramadan, celebrating Ramadan. So
hmm
he addressed it earlier yesterday with the media, and credit to him. He's always been uh, savvy and well thought out in his thoughts.
hmm
So I mean, yeah, Brooklyn is forced to be reckoned with now in first place. KD hopefully will be back on Sunday. They face the Suns.
hmm
So
That's a good one.
yeah, it does kind of concern me a bit of them not having that chemistry
hmm
so late. But like I said before, I think these guys are veterans, so I think
hmm
they'll figure it out, and it's not so much a worry to me. Uh, I just want them to stay on the floor and not have heavy minutes
hmm
um, going in. But uh, shout out to James and Corey in our comment section. Congrats to you guys. Corey over at Wrestling Life. He has his own podcast,
Yes.
the Work Shoot
hmm
Wrestling Podcast, on Thursday nights over in Wrestling Life, celebrating AE Dub and Raw and SmackDown. And
Don't talk
they've
about
been,
Raw.
yeah, that has been an absolute disaster. But those guys do an excellent job. You can catch them Thursday nights. And James, huge Nick fan, big RJ fan. He's been
hmm
uh, insistent on not trading those picks,
hmm
building through the draft, building through proper free agency, and celebrate those wins, brother.
Absolutely.
Uh, and I think that the secret weapon for Brooklyn is your man, corner store,
Uh,
Spencer Dinwiddie. That
yeah,
man is on the. That man is coming back. That's the next Knicks point
yeah.
guard. Just stop playing with
I,
yourself.
I don't know about that though. I can't. He's sucking too much shit, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want him. So Steve, you know, Gutman, he came on the show with us. He's a big Spencer guy, and he was talking about it last night. And I said, "F him." Talking all that nonsense, man. You talking that smoke? Well, I might not want you, but hey, that though actually that would be funny though when you read all the shit he's talked and you wind up on the Knicks. That would kind of be funny because the Nets don't need you. Let's be real. Let's be honest. They don't need them. They got a lot of point guards, guys that can play the point and take it down the floor. Harden already got that locked down, or Kyrie's going to be the primary ball handler. And yeah, he's not needed. But when is he coming back though? He's not. Is he
Well,
eligible for the playoffs?
he is, but he's they don't have a timetable for him. But if
Mm-hmm.
you follow his Instagram, you follow his social media, he's been working out. He's
Mm-hmm.
now on the court shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So the Nets have been playing it kind of close to the vest, saying if he comes back, we're looking for his long term health. But I think he's much closer
Mm-hmm.
to returning and maybe like the first or second round than he would be sitting out for the year. So he's just a secret weapon that
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know uh, that can come off the bench, obviously, and you know he's starting point guard potential. So I think he's coming real close to a return that uh, would definitely be a luxury for this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what I've been seeing out of Jeff Green, you know, throwing back the clock. My man throwing down dunks, and Blake Griffin just playing absolutely out of his mind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was it, man. It sucks that Aldridge, retired beforehand because he had a chance to get his chip, man. And do I want to see it? My Knicks side, hell no, I don't want to see a champion. I don't want to see a parade down Flatbush. I mean, but I've seen enough rivals. Well, technically, I mean, I've seen enough rivals win championships where I could see this one happening, and that'd be crazy for you, man. Look at you.
Yeah, 2 in 3 years. So you know, I get them all in bunches. Uh, I say it's not to say you can see one during your lifetime, and
Mm.
you know, hang the banners. You see the Nationals
Yeah. Anyway.
trophy up back here.
Anyway.
So it's always good to look out for. And you know, I know I get some ribbon in the group, and personally, as far as you know, bad teams, we've been through it.
Hmm.
But to see the other side of that mountain, sitting on the mountaintop,
Hmm.
it, it's nice. Uh, I hope it happens. It's nothing's guaranteed, so hey, we'll see what happens, man. That's how this
Absolutely.
stuff plays out.
Absolutely. You got, like I said, you got a 3 year window. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 year window. That's more than enough time to see what y'all can do. I think y'all win one out of three. I mean, and hopefully we'll have the other player be, and we can, get up there ourselves because we need another Nick appearance in the finals that actually, win something.
yeah.
I've seen them all. I've seen them get close. Thank you, Akeem, in '94.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Tim
Tim
Duncan.
Dunn. Yeah.
Well, hey, that started. We can say if this means anything, we started the Spurs dynasty. Should thank us. You're welcome, San Antonio.
Yeah, they're somebody's gonna send you a thank you card.
Somebody.
Speaking of championship pedigree, the Toronto Tampa Raptors um, finally starting to get healthy. Winners of four straight right now, facing the Knicks. Score update: I have the Knicks up four late second quarter.
Hmm.
But the Raptors are finally healthy. Lowry, Van Fleet, OG, and Pascal. Uh, Game out of that 10th spot for the play-in tournament. You know, do you see the Raptors making some noise, and possibly stealing an eighth spot, and you know, having proven all the naysayers wrong? They went on a 2-17
Hmm.
stretch, lost
Hmm.
15 straight, looked god awful.
Hmm.
But you know, do you give Toronto a chance in here?
I Pacers, Wizards, Bulls, they all got a chance. They're all right there in striking distance. And that team goes with Siakam. I think if Siakam to turn it up a notch, they would be in good shape. But the Hornets, if Lamelo, he finds his way back on the court, that might give him that little spark because they've been slipping and sliding a little bit. Pacers, you can't ever forget about, but Sabonis is out, so I don't know how long he's out for.
Uh,
Actually, you have
yeah,
any
Miles
update?
Turner is out too.
Oh yeah, that they're in deep doo doo. But Karis LeVert is trying to do his thing. I'm glad to see him out. That's the most important thing. I love to see him out there.
Yeah,
The Bulls, they got the
Bulls.
talent. They got the talent out. With Levine going out, I don't know because he's out for what, 2 weeks.
Yeah, he got nicked with the health and safety protocol, so he's
So
out 10 to 14 days.
they
Bulls,
might that
I don't see the Bulls making
I,
that one.
I don't know, man. But the Raptors can do it. You got the Wizards. Shout out to Russell, Stat Patter, Westbrook, um, 8 triple doubles. To pass Oscar, and
I think
I
it's
mean,
seven.
is it? Oh yeah, is it seven now? Oh no,
I
no,
think
yeah, seven. Yeah, so
seven.
it's
They
seven
won
because
eight in a
he
row.
needs eight.
Yep.
Yeah, so he needs eight to pass. Yeah, and once again, Oscar Robinson is kind of held up there to a higher regard. So maybe he was a stat pattern too. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to Russell Westbrook. Um, but yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's making and that was my team right there. They had the talent. They got everything to at least make the playoffs. So if they don't make the playoffs, I would be shocked. Safford Denny going down. You
Hmm.
know, I wanted to see him do his thing, but hey, you still got Russ, Beal, Rui got to get healthy. You know, Gunnar Bertans. Uh,
Not
it,
being
it's,
laser.
yeah, there you go. I like that name. It sucks Thomas Bryant because Thomas Bryant would have been so good this year. I thought he was gonna take that extra step, that extra leap. I think he will
Mhm.
next year. But Washington can take it. There's so many ways you can go at the eighth seed. It doesn't matter. I mean, you good
Yeah.
at you get knocked the hell out anyway. But I I can see
Uh,
them. I can see the Raptors though. Like I said, Siakam got to step it up though. He can't. He's been playing. I don't know what happened to his game, but you can tell he's a different player this year.
yeah, it seems like his confidence has been
Hmm.
lost. Uh, his shot kind of suffered last year.
Yes.
It carried over into this year, and
Hmm.
then all the injuries. But Toronto's getting hot at the right time. They're more than capable of winning one game. Whenever they have to win two games, uh, championship pedigree, you can't count against it.
Hmm.
And we mentioned Westbrook before. We've been huge Westbrook supporters. I thought he was injured in the early part of the year,
Hmm.
and I think I'm gonna do the old RVD, pat myself on the back, leading the charge to a playoff spot. I think I had them and the Hawks in that play-in game.
Hmm.
Hawks could fall back with Trey Young and Capella out. I doubt it. But the Wizards, winners of eight straight. Westbrook, we mentioned Randall as most improved player. Some can call him, he got an MVP chance.
Hmm.
You think Westbrook has a legit chance at an MVP?
I want to say in my heart yes, but I know it will be no. He should. Because obviously, look how he's playing. He's playing the same way he's playing with Oklahoma City. I mean, just the same rush that we've seen. He's just like you said. I think he was hurt as well. But he would have to get votes, man. You can't shut him out of them. The dude has been playing out of his mind. And for this young team, trying basically putting him on his back, him and Beal doing their thing. But the team goes as Russ goes. It's
Mhm.
not Beal, it's Russ. And he got to get some votes. So hopefully they don't shaft him out of him. I would think he's up there. Why not?
Leads the league in clutch field goal percentage.
Clutch.
Uh, you know, and if Curry had this talk for MVP as well for a ninth place team,
Hmm.
I mean, I would consider Westbrook along the same lines for a 10th place team, considering where they were in the beginning of the season.
Hmm.
It's definitely worth considering.
Oh, for sure, man. I, yeah, I would be shocked to see him not get any kind of voting or some kind of be in that discussion. He has to be.
Yeah, it's definitely an all-time great. Uh, so also something funny earlier in the week. So KD had an interview, spoke about his greatest teammates he ever played with.
Hmm.
Left out Westbrook, has Serge Ibaka. Said my
He's,
man, he said I was tripping. My bad.
yeah, he knew better. Come on, guy. I mean, I was about to say, wait a minute, because I didn't hear that story. I was about to say, okay, KD, come on, you being a bitch now. Let's be real. Let's not shit on Russ now, because a lot of people do it. I don't know why. And I gotta go back on this whole stat pad and things. I can't stand that. I really can't stand that. Just those two words. Like, the fuck is stat padding? Like, so MJ was a stat padder. Yeah, I mean, last time he was a 35-7. Like, what? How do you how do you stat pad? Either you're good or you're not. That's just that's how the league is. There's no gray area. Either you're good or you're
I'm,
not.
I, I mean
I,
that's all sports though. You look
I,
at like I
what?
would say it's harder to do it in basketball because there has to be something to quantify. Uh, uh, it has to happen. You can't. There has to be effort in basketball in order to
Hmm.
do it. So if you call stat padding for like 30, a 10, 15 win team, So I guess somebody has to account for the stats.
I guess, but I just don't. Just like when they say, and then I know you can't stand this guy, but I'm gonna bring him up. Aaron Rodgers, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's overrated. He's that. He's that." Maybe he just makes things look really easy. Maybe he's just good. I mean, yeah, they like, I heard an argument the other day of, well, he doesn't take risk and blah blah blah. Smart quarterbacks do that. They know when to take risk and when not to take. That's why his touchdown to end ratio is always good.
Hmm.
Because he's that damn good. But same thing with Rush. It's because yes, he's not the greatest shooter, but would I want him as the point guard on my team? Absolutely. You get the right players around him, absolutely. 'Cause-
Yeah, yeah. It's not like we're dealing with like the Matt Stafford stat padding comparison, or Blake Bortles threw for what, and
yeah,
John Kennedy, they threw for 5,000 yards. You can consider that stat padding because obviously
that's
he's a losing team.
trash.
Somebody had to throw for yards.
Hmm.
So football, you can make a case for stat padding. Baseball, you can have meaningless RBIs, I guess.
Hmm.
But I don't even consider that a stat pattern because someone has to account for the statistics. So
Hmm.
it I could, the Westbrook kind of gets under my skin a bit because it's a pick and choose. It's a narrative.
Hmm.
It's not like Bob Sura, grabbing his own rebound.
Watch your mouth about my man Bobby Sura. Don't do it. Yeah, that was kind of funny though. But yeah, I'm the same way. Like I always like Westbrook, just how he plays. Like how can you not like his style of play? He plays hard. He plays with emotion. You know me, I like emotion. When you show that emotion, you put some kind of style in your game, it makes it just the game so much fun to even watch. You got the Juan Soto with his shuffle. Peter Alonso, he always showing emotion. Then Bryce Harper, he waving. Hey, I like stuff like that. It's fun. You got to make the game fun. And Russell Westbrook, he makes the game fun. He yelling. He always talking. And him always jabbing at somebody. You always love that. You talk crap to him, he's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, all right, I'm still that dude.
Yeah,
How can you not appreciate him? But like I said, when you get up there with Oscar Robertson was a great. So you can't disparage what Russ is doing right now, whether you like it or not. Is That's why I say sometimes a little bit, the whole analytics kind of skirt things the completely wrong way.
hmm,
But I guarantee if you really look at a lot of these guys, you're just like, oh, well, what's the point of that? And the numbers would show. But his numbers show. That's what the game is about. It's all about numbers. And he puts them up. And that's the name of the game.
yeah, and apparently I guess I misspoke. There's definitely stat padding in football. Is obviously during garbage time and blowouts. So thank you, Corey Richmond, Matt Bushnell. Matter of fact, speaking of football, Matt Bushnell has his own
Yeah.
podcast. It's outstanding with Randy Hammond. We're going over the draft. Mock draft is coming up. Draft coming up this Thursday. I have a mock draft on their show coming up this Tuesday. Uh, we want those guys breaking down tape, breaking down stats. They're the king of stat padding.
Yeah,
Talking about award
there you go.
winning. I like to know what stats they're throwing out there, but no, those guys are amazing. They have their own show. You can catch them Tuesday nights over in Football Life.
Hmm.
Presents the Audible.
Absolutely. And no, I won't watch my mouth by MJ. Motherfucker tormented me my whole life. All right. You damn no, Matt. I will not love you like. I will not stop telling MJ to kiss my ass. All right. If I could tell him to his face, I damn sure would. He wouldn't care, but I'll tell him anyway. Um, but yeah, definitely check those guys out. And yeah, like I said, stat pattern, the will of win. MJ had that will of win, like Matt Bushnell tribute to. He had the will to win, and all great players do. All great players do, and they always find a way.
Yeah. Uh, and we mentioned the Hornets before. LaMelo Ball, surprisingly, may return next week. Give
Hmm.
that Hornets team a boost. You think he saw Anthony Edwards coming up for that rookie of the year ladder and said, no, no,
he,
no, I
he
gotta
said
come back?
he was like, "Oh hell no!" He was like, "Nah, man, tape this up, man. I gotta get my title. I gotta keep my dad happy."
Yeah.
But yeah, he saw that. He saw Ant creeping up. about to take that, but I think he is rookie of the year either way. Edwards came on strong, but Lamelo, yeah, I think he still gets it. But Edwards he's close, man. This race is gonna be real close at the end. But yeah, Lamelo, and plus he was freaking doing his thing on the team. It sucks being a young kid and that team being playing so well at the time of his injury. You're just like, damn, that really just happened. And you talk about injuries. We've seen all these guys go down, and you knew it was coming at some point, and it was just scattered throughout the end. And now it's coming in like a little cluster, like a
Yeah.
COVID cluster.
Yeah, this is rough, man. More. These injuries are a bit fluky.
Hmm.
Falling on wrist, tripping on ankles. LeBron was kind of weird,
Hmm.
but
KP.
Miles. uh, Oh, right, KP. That's like every week occurrence. Jesus. Uh, but the Hornets have been putting up a highlight reel themselves. The announcers, how do you do? It, Miles Bridges seems like he's on every other night. Is he the best in-game dunker since Vince Carter?
Ooh. Oh man, this that put me on the spot. He's up there. He's definitely up there. He does give you some high, and that was his spiel coming out of college, though. He was just a high flyer, but when he dunks, though, you know me. When you gonna dunk it hard, and when you do it on somebody, it's just man, damn. He's definitely up there. Damn, you got me thinking.
Because I think we've shown about, off the top of my head, probably about six Miles Bridges dunks in the
Yeah.
group, and it seems like each one is better than the other.
Hmm.
Um,
It's definitely. I mean, you got guys up there. You got ooh, Larry Nance Jr. He's pretty good when he gets there. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, he gets there. He can't shoot. Leon, he can't shoot for shit, but that dude can't put it down. But I'll give it to Miles Bridges. I mean, either him or Pat Connaughton. No, I'm just kidding. Pat Connaughton can't get up there. I'll give him that. But it could be Dennis Smith if you actually. He's another good one. He can catch a body when he wants
yeah,
to.
yeah,
But
he has
yeah,
to be in
but
the game though.
yeah, that shit doesn't happen too much. But yeah, I can give it to Miles Bridges right now because when he dunks with violence. I
Yeah,
mean, with fury and yeah, vengeance, furious anger.
that Hornets team, the entire
They're fun.
team just seems to just throw down on people.
Hmm.
Cody Martin has a couple.
Hmm.
Terry Rozier has been uh, throwing them up. You know, I think Lamelo Ball has a putback one himself. So
Hmm.
that young team is fun to watch. I hope they don't slip out. Uh, Lamelo Ball returning should definitely help. I know Gordon. I don't know the timetable of Gordon Hayward, but
Hmm.
uh, yeah, that Buzz City is definitely up there, man.
Oh, for sure. I can't forget about Jalen Brown either, because he did ram it on Giannis though. Let's not forget about him. I think Giannis still have nightmares about Jalen Brown. Yeah, Jalen Brown definitely. PG, don't forget about PG.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that
It's the braids, man. It's the
I,
braids.
well, by the way, once again, I just got to bring it up. Frank Ntilikina about to have the best second half of all time in these 12 games. It's Frankie Braids now. It's over. It's the Braid gang.
But I like where Paul George is, though. I think he's in a
Yeah.
much better place in his mental state. You
Hmm.
know, I wish he wouldn't stop crying so much to the refs, but I think he finally got to the point where he's not caring about what other people say
Hmm.
and just going out playing his game. And once he's one of the best two-way players in the game. And the Clippers, I had the Nets and the Clippers as my finals matchup. It's looking more and more like that right now as the
Hmm.
Clippers are red hot, even with Kawhi out for a week with his foot. So, shout out to Paul George, man. Got to give credit where it's due. We've been calling him Pandemic P, uh, uh, Backboard P. He's
Way off P.
way off. Yeah, it's he's been taking a lot of heat, but you got to give credit where it's due, and he's
Hmm.
been on a tear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, man. Paul George. This is, and we talked about it before. This is the Paul George we wanted to see. Stop the whining, stop the crying, be the three, the two-way player we know you are. You, come on, man. You're on a team where you have a legit shot to win a championship, and you're basically throwing it away by your play. You can't have that.
Yeah.
That's, come on.
And speaking of guys on a tear, Steph Curry showing his greatness again.
Mm,
We knew he was great already. Like he went to another level, decided, you know what, I'm going to go out and shoot 10, 11 threes a game and just drop 45 on you, triple teamed.
mm-hmm.
Um, they're currently sitting in a ninth spot. Do you where do you put Curry in this MVP conversation?
Jokic and B. Hmm, Randall. Nah, he's. I gotta put Steph. Much as I like Lillard, I gotta put Steph in top. I'll say in the top three. If he's there, Westbrook is there. So I would say Joker, Embiid, or you can flip them around. I'm still debating on that one. Joker, Embiid, Curry. No, not Luca. Um, Curry. I will say Westbrook, and I can't think of maybe Luca round up to five or something like that. But yeah, but damn sure ain't. He ain't winning MVP this year. 'Cause I remember people talking about, oh, MVP for Luca. Nah, B. Mm-mm.
But
But
you,
yeah,
you
I'll say
know
he got to be top five.
you know who you forgot in there? Chris Paul.
Oh, point guard, point guard. I can't. Yeah, man, that's rough. Yeah, you definitely got to put him up there. So
Past Magic this weekend, all time
yeah,
assists.
so Embiid, but Embiid, Joker, they're gonna be 1 and 2. I'll be surprised if anybody else like eclipse
Mhm.
them. But Curry, Paul, yeah, Westbrook, yeah, round it out like that. So the guys that mean the most to their teams. Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Curry and Draymond Green really leading this Warriors charge to for that play-in tournament. And much like we talked about the Raptors,
Hmm.
the Warriors have the same playoff tournament, playoff championship pedigree
Hmm.
that you really don't want to see in a one-game playoff.
Oh no,
Uh, what do you like the Warriors' chances if they ever make it to the tournament?
I like him a lot if Curry's healthy. I mean, because you know he gonna shoot it. And they're like a wild. They have so many wild cards on that team now. Well, sucks that Wiseman's gone, so that's gonna hurt him because he really was doing well.
Hmm.
But say if Oubre gets hot, I mean, let's talk about playing game. Oubre gets hot, you're in trouble because he's really inconsistent. But when he gets hot, he gets hot. Wiggins is another one. He starts hitting threes, and you're in trouble. And then you got Curry, and then Dre is basically doing just not even scoring. He doesn't have to score to make that impact. And go down to Curry. When he gets hot, he gets hot. He's dropping 45 on you. So you got 45 points right there. And then who's going to make it up? So yeah, that's one team I wouldn't want to. It just sucks. It sucks that Clay is not there. Because if Clay was there when they're in this position, I would say, listen,
If Clay were there and they were in this position, that's a whole other discussion. But
that's what I mean, but right now, yeah, they can easily take you out in the game. It's one game, so they can.
yeah, and I think they have to win two in order
Mhm,
to get the eighth spot. So
mhm.
I think for right
Because
now, the
mhm,
Spurs, and then they will have to play the winner of like the Grizzlies, Blazers
mhm,
matchup, and because the Dallas Mavericks have moved into sixth place.
mhm. Yep. Oh, let me go back to Curry though.
Hmm.
From March 29th to April 19th, I was looking for this one. He's averaged 40 points, seven threes, and 4 assists in a game, and 78 total threes in that stretch. And now, when I say all Daddy taught was jumpers, you know that shit is true because Dell did a great job with those damn kids. But
Should be able to get that on a shirt.
I know, right? Damn, that's a good idea. Hmm. I might have to message Steph. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. All right, put that down. But yeah, that definitely that would be real interesting.
Yeah, I like the Curry. I don't know about an MVP. Much like Corey Richmond points out in the comment section, it's hard to put an MVP for a
Hmm.
team that doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the way that the Joker's been playing, and the only one who hasn't missed time,
Hmm.
it's hard for me not to see Joker get that MVP trophy.
That's my pick.
But yeah, I mean, you can definitely put Curry in that conversation if you want to talk about the meaning of the MVP. Because yeah, much like Curry and Westbrook, they wouldn't be where they are. You put Randall in that conversation uh, as the true meaning of MVP. But uh, Felipe, uh,
Shit.
host of Total Bases podcast over in Baseball Life, catch your fantasy baseball needs there as the season gets underway. DeGrom last night with
Thanks, Jake.
a 15K performance, complete game performance. They're going to talk about that Sunday morning at 11 a.m. over in Baseball Life. Catch them as well as the recap in week number. I think we're our fantasy league. We're in period 8, but I think it's like week 4 in the
Hmm.
league. So you catch your fantasy baseball needs there. But yeah, he mentions Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat hit a game winner last week against Brooklyn.
Hmm.
Ultimate defensive force we saw last year with the block against Tatum. And there's a stat for him that shows in crunch time he shuts down uh, the opposing team star. Uh, Giannis, Beal, Kyrie, Westbrook. He is a legit defensive force. His
Hmm.
offensive game has taken strides,
Yes.
although Jimmy Butler does not want him pulling up mid-range shots, which I tend to agree. You know
Hmm.
that not to make that a uh, end-all be-all move, but Bam Adebayo, I don't see for MVP. I see for Defensive Player of the Year.
Hmm.
You can put him in that discussion. Where do you put the Miami Heat? They're sitting in the sixth spot right now.
Hmm.
Uh, think they'll
I
fall back.
no, I think they will stay there. They just I can't even say they get hot and cold. Oh yeah, they've just been blah. Obviously maybe it's the hangover from the finals last year. Tyler Hero's not playing, you know, incredibly well. That's not what's popping. Um, Duncan Robinson, I don't know what happened. All right, all right. Like, but Duncan Robinson, he's been okay. He has some moments, and they're not playing. I don't know. They're not playing incredibly well. I mean, Precious, you got Precious Achua. He's decent rookie. He's doing okay, but they don't have that same swagger that they had. Coming into the season, coming out the finals. Maybe, that late the short off season really hurt him. Jimmy Butler, he's still putting in the work, but and Bam is doing his thing. I, I can see them staying at 6, maybe dropping to 7th. That's about it though.
Yeah, the idea and Oladipo figures he's hurt
Oh, I
again.
forgot. I
So
forgot about him. Is he
you
hurt?
see, yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, okay.
See, out of sight, out of mind.
I damn sure was because I forgot he was even on that damn team.
And then there was much talk about Hero and his relationship. If you follow IG, he's his relationship with his IG model, Kuzma's old girl, and
Hmm.
if you see the pictures, you'll know why.
Hmm.
Um, Apparently, the Hero concerned he's becoming too much of a celebrity and not putting the work in on his game. He was meant uh, mentioned in Harden rumors. Miami declined to trade him. Uh, you think Hero would get his head straight and come back into form like we saw in the playoffs last year, or had the celebrity gone to his head?
I think the celebrity is going to his head, but I think he'll get it together. He's young. Guys, you see guys do that. They get a taste of the limelight, and Jack Harlow, young one of these young cats out here with his song made a song about Tyler, so it kind of got to his head. Plus, take Kuzma's girl. I mean. kind of hard
Yeah,
not pay attention. But you in a playoff race, kid. You gotta get it together. I think he'll get it back together though. I mean, especially you better get it back together because they could have traded harder for your ass, and
yeah,
they thought better. I mean, they thought better of it and didn't. So yeah, he got to get it together. But like I said, I,
yeah. And I mean, focus on the game or focus on where that is. So yeah, yeah. You know,
taking
it's
taking lessons from Lou Will, man.
uh, but yeah, Hero and Duncan Robinson have been underwhelming for Miami, but keeping afloat with Dragic and Kendrick Nunn,
Hmm.
uh, Dwayne Dedman, who they picked up off of waivers, has done a pretty decent job there. And again, championship pedigree with Spoelstra. Yeah, that 4 through 7 spot separated by game, 2 games. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's important for Miami to uh, keep pace, not fall in that playing tournament, because otherwise they'll be regretting not making that Harden move, as James points out in our comments. Uh, Dallas moving to the 6th spot. Uh, Luka, KP, that relationship a little funky. KP himself said he misses New York now. New York does not miss you.
Damn sure don't, Sharman. Stay your ass away. No, thank you.
He's uh, notoriously hurt. Cuban made the comment saying, well, that Luka and KP relationship off the court really isn't that great. And kind of, I guess, made the correlation to the relationship on the court, despite their playoff seeding.
Hmm.
I wonder if Dallas now has like that buyer's remorse of giving him that max deal and pairing them up, thinking it would be the greatest thing since like sliced bread and all the trade rumors. And
Hmm.
I just wonder where Dallas psyche is coming into this playoff to these playoffs. They have a lot of question marks. So where do you see Dallas coming?
Everybody, oh KP. I mean, granted, if you were a Knicks fan, obviously you were pissed about the deal. I mean, yeah, absolutely. At first, I'll go back to it. I was at work. I thought everyone was just joking. I really thought they were joking. Honestly, oh, your KP got traded? No, for what? Everybody said, Jacob, did you see KP got traded? I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, I get on finally. Dennis Smith Jr. First round pick. That's it. Man, it hurt a little bit, but after you see his antics and getting washed up in his former town, his hometown, outside the club, makes you think maybe the Knicks actually did dodge a bullet. And the one thing I will say about Phil Jackson, maybe he really could have got Booker in the first for KP. We'll never know. But right now, Dallas is just it's Luca. It's Luca and himself. That's it. I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, I know another one I know about all too well. He's inconsistent. He'll drop 25 one game and 10 the next. And Jalen Brunson, he's really good. You have him, so I can see them getting. They'll keep their playoff spot. I don't know, six to eight they'll be. I can see them still being in the playoffs, even with this Luca alone. He
Hmm.
does so much for that team. And can't forget about what's his name, Josh Richardson. He's a really good player. They have good players. It's not guys that'll put you over the top. It's just good enough to get you where you need to go play out, which is the playoffs. But other than that, they got to rely heavily on Luca because KP, you don't know what you're going to get out of him. I mean, you're going to get your 20 and 10 maybe, but for how long? How many games in a series will he last before he finally, crumbles like a cookie?
Yeah, like Luca in a one game situation, he can win a game by himself, as his resume shows. But you have Luca versus Curry. Who are you taking in that matchup? Or you get John Morant versus Luca. Who you taking? Luka does obviously doesn't have the supporting cast the rest of these
Hmm.
guys do, which makes KP's importance that much stronger. But like everyone says, what's the greatest ability? Availability.
Availability. Yep. And Corey said, "Why is Luca not in your MVP discussion?" For me, you know what Embiid is doing. You know what Jokic is doing. Curry, pretty much, numbers wise, he's doing the same thing as Luca. It's just something. I think it's the efficiency. Everybody looks at Luca. Yes, Luca does. And you ever notice, right? Nobody ever talks about how inconsistent he is because I've seen a lot of games that he's played,
Hmm.
and he's not the most consistent player at all. Like he takes a lot of hardened shots, but they don't go in. His step back, and to me, I just like I said, he's right outside. I'm not saying he's an afterthought. He's just right on the outside looking in. I just feel that he just he's not. He looks like an MVP guy, but he's really not. Yeah, he made the big shots and stuff, but I'm going to be the devil's advocate. There are guys out there that deserve it more. Is this team a top team in the league? Well, I mean, so that's the same thing with Curry. Same thing. That's why I said they're right. They're right there. That's why I said I can't put Curry. I could put him in five, but he's going to be that lower tier. So it kind of, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just I just can't do it at the moment.
I mean, if I'm using the same logic as I'm using for Curry
And
and
Westbrook,
Westbrook
yeah,
and Randall, I would put Luca in that conversation. Uh,
as I said, outside. Well, I didn't even
but
put Randall in
considering,
there.
yeah, well, I know.
But
I mean, considering all the preseason hype that was surrounding them,
that's
maybe that's why um, I a lot of people are keeping him out.
mhm,
But the numbers, you can't argue the numbers. The triple doubles are obviously there. The game winning shots are obviously there. So that's
mhm.
MVP caliber. If you put James Harden, who was in that conversation before, you have to put Luca. Does he win it? No, but considering the preseason, uh, where he was in the preseason compared to now, it's not his
Mhm.
fault.
No, it's his team.
Uh, I I can't put him above Chris Paul, and I can't put him
Nope.
above you know he's played every game, so I could put him above Westbrook.
Hmm. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Curry, it's really Luka and Curry are probably on the same level to me.
And that's what I said. It's kind of they're both right there. Yeah, Luka's always gonna be in the conversation. I mean, he's in the conversation, but if you give me a list, he's gonna be the inside, outside looking in. That's just,
Yeah,
and it's minimal. It's
I,
minimal.
I, and I might put Lillard in there above Luka, but it's really kind of like splitting hairs.
And I love Luka. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I love that dude how he plays. I mean, it's just team makes him look bad. Uh, It really does. They don't do enough for him.
yeah, it's really like you say, you have to be Superman. And you know what else might play into it? The whining from Luka.
Yeah, he does. He does whine a lot, which is surprising because he didn't seem like a dude that whine too much, but he does whine to the refs a lot. Well, he doesn't get a lot of calls. He initiates a lot of contact, and I don't. He doesn't get a lot of calls.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And we mentioned Portland before, and Lillard. They're starting to slip a little bit. They're
Hmm.
inconsistent play. Lillard just came back himself. McCollum is in there. He came back. Nurkic is back. But there's something about Portland right now that's just missing. They're losing a lot of close games.
Hmm.
Right now, they're in the seventh spot. Covington and they made the trade for Norman Powell. Where do you see Portland? What do you think Portland is missing?
Mm, more defense, a defensive like stopper. I mean,
Yeah,
they can score. I mean, that's a no-brainer. They can definitely put the ball in the basket, but if you can't stop anybody, that's gonna really hinder your chances of going anywhere. And you know, Who do they have at center? Is Nurkic back?
Yeah, Nurkic is back.
Okay, so he he's not a defensive guy, so what you're not really getting anything out of him on that end. Yeah. Hold on,
Yeah,
one second.
neither is Cantor as well. But Bowman is missing a lot of. I don't know if it's grit,
Hmm.
but they're definitely an inconsistent bunch. They go on scoring runs, but having, like you say, having the ability to stop someone is kind of
Hmm.
their downfall. Losing some close games at Denver and Memphis. So in a one game scenario, Lillard is always, he has that game winning mentality on his resume, all the big shots he has. But
Hmm.
uh, they've definitely been an interesting team to watch as we come down the home stretch. Maybe to get more out of Cantor, get more out of Carmelo,
Hmm.
get some more consistency as they try to solidify that the sixth seed as they battle with Dallas and the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers are going to be. Yeah, let's get to the Lakers though. They're going to be really, and they're another one that you don't want to play.
Hmm.
You know when LeBron and AD gets back, it's going to be a problem because they've been hanging in there. Actually, you really look at it, it's Kuzma has been not too, it's been decent. I don't know what the hell Horton Tucker, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know about him.
Drummond has played a bit better. He's starting to score the ball a bit more
Hmm.
now with AD's back. He played 15 minutes the other night, so
Hmm.
they try to get AD going for the uh, home stretch. Maybe get him going and
Hmm.
move up in the standings. But yeah, the Lakers are, like you said, the one team you don't want to play in that scenario.
Does Drummond look out of shape to you?
Yeah, he does.
It's weird. I'm looking at him. He's going off the court the other day. I'm just like, what the hell happened? But
Yeah,
yeah, the West is real interesting because there's so many, just like both conferences. There's so many ways and so many spots up you can move because everything is so close, like 1 and 2 games here. So we don't know what it's gonna look like in a week, man, because so many things can change. So much can change.
yeah. I think that 2 weeks, two not 3 weeks to a month that Drummond missed really hurt him.
Hmm.
Uh, and then there was always questions about his, work ethic and drive and whatnot. So, I mean, not to say that Drummond was, lazy, but he definitely was out of rotation in Cleveland until they had a buyout for him. So maybe it's just a time off and he hasn't got his conditioning back. So it's a lot. And then he hurt his toe. So,
Hmm.
yeah, but they're gonna absolutely need Drummond to bang with the Goberts and the DeAndre Aytons in order
Hmm.
to in order for them to succeed.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Uh,
he wanted to be there. He wanted to be in LA. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta put that work in, man. A lot of players always go, oh yeah, let's get to work, let's do that, and they're just shit when they get there. But
facts. We have in the comment section Donovan Mitchell MVP thoughts.
he's another one in the conversation because Utah's been playing so good.
Yeah,
Is that you can put any guy you want in the conversation. So like I said, Luka's gonna be up there, Mitchell gonna be up there. There's yeah, he's definitely in there. He was the main one of the main, if not the main reason Utah has been up there. That whole team can they fill it up, man. And with Gobert leading the pack, well, leading the defense. I mean, yeah, definitely.
uh,
Plus, he's playing more efficient this year too, so
he is.
it's definitely good to see.
Um, if looking now at it, Mitchell and Paul are probably in the same boat.
Hmm.
Well, now this injury kind of hurts him a bit, and you can't discredit a 11 game winning
Hmm.
streak. Hell, it might have been more if my memory serves correct, but uh, I probably put Mitchell third.
Mm.
You know what? Yeah, no, I put Mitchell fourth.
Okay.
I probably put Chris Paul third.
Okay.
Joker, Embiid, Chris Paul,
Okay. That's
uh,
fair.
Mitchell. Only because the time hurt him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Because he wasn't.
all things considered equal, I'd have Mitchell third.
Okay. Okay. So who's rounding it out?
Mm, Mitchell three, Chris Paul four.
There's so many guys you can slide in that point. Yeah,
It's a toss up. You know what? I probably put Randall five,
I like it.
only
I
because
like it.
he hasn't missed time.
I like it. See, I wasn't trying to be a homer. I
Yeah,
wasn't. In the back of my mind, I'm going, yeah, damn right, Randall won the top three. Okay, you see our team? By the
and
way,
yeah, what's up?
20 points and yeah, four made threes in the first half. Yes,
Jesus Christ.
but we're losing though. 80-79 in the third.
Well, we got a close one out at MSG,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, Toronto's not going out without a fight. So credit to them and credit to the Knicks for staying in it because
Mm-hmm.
this is not a feel good story. This is a contending team, top four team. So it's just no fluke.
Nah, hell no.
Um,
Gosh, this is fun.
it damn sure is, man. It's good to have some competitive basketball in New York. You know, take your mind off the shitty Yankees. So yeah. Speaking of the Yankees, catch Donk City, Henry
Oh,
Maldonado Jr.,
smoke.
Vince Mercandetti, Monday nights over in baseball, like 7 o'clock Eastern. They'll have their thoughts on the Yankees' ability or inability to connect on fastballs. And Corey Kluber, those guys do an awesome job, man. Catch those guys Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, baseball life.
Yeah, those guys are good. Those are my guys, man. They always bring some good programming, man. They make it fun.
Yeah, they do, man. Um, what wasn't so fun, a bit of a crazy topic. We've gone through some really tough times over here in America, and if you have been watching the news, obviously the uh, uh, Derek Chauvin trial
Hmm.
finally came to a head. Um, Finally made a decision, and many of the NBA and WNBA teams, hell, all sports really made a statement on it. Um, showing support or justice in that instance to the decision made. Um, you know, eh, my thoughts on it. I, yes, it's a victory.
Hmm.
Um, you know, more has to be done. I I do know that there was a large uh, statement, a lot of statements made during the summer,
Hmm.
all throughout the bubble. We saw with the Black Lives Matter and movement and things to that effect. All I'm asking for is continued support, commitment from these teams and players to show that the message is not being lost, and hopefully, just some honest change to be made
Hmm.
and to show that this is not just a one-time decision because we've seen this episode before,
Yep.
and you know just continue support, continue commitment, and just just to keep the train moving and have it have a continued effort. You know,
Absolutely. It's not about yeah. It's nice to get that victory, but it's all about what you do after that victory to uphold what's right. Actually, we've seen it too many times. I'm going to reiterate it. We've seen it too many times. Where oh yeah, things are changing. Blah blah blah. People say oh yeah, racism. Oh yeah, we changed. Yeah, racism has changed, but we want to obliterate it. I mean, get it out of here completely. And Yeah, I didn't celebrate too much because everybody's just like, "Oh, Jacob, but what do you think about it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's nice. I'm okay with it." And say, "Oh, I'm happy, yay, jumping in the streets." No, because it'll happen again, and that's my major thing. Not to be
Yeah,
Debbie Downer, and we all know it's gonna happen again. But let's see, getting there, how it's gonna be taken care of. I
right.
want a swift movement. I'd rather look at a victory as getting a swift movement for pretty much a guy, murdering somebody right on camera. It took
Yeah,
how long? I mean, if it was me or you, let's keep it real, we would have been probably tried, persecuted, sent off to Rikers or wherever the hell else it is. I mean, but hopefully it changes.
yeah,
And
yeah, and that's that's really all we're always being asked is uh, continue change. Um, every team made their statement. Continue to proclaim that statement and make it known that it's not okay to be racist of any uh, creed because we've seen now the Asian community going through their struggle and it's just an awful time here just to have these teams uh, in the community showing their support. Just uh, proclaim change. That's all we really ask.
mhm.
Um, it really sucks. Terrence Clark
Yeah,
is lost his life.
that.
Car accident, Kentucky product, native of Boston.
Mhm.
Lost his life in a car crash. Was only 19. Kind of
That's
sucks,
the
man.
clear too. That's the clear. Your life is legitimately about to change, and you never know. That they just said, well, they just just an accident. Just damn.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the video. It was a car making a left turn. His
Mm,
car clipped coming straight on.
mm,
So there's a car making a left turn. His car was here.
mm,
It clipped straight into a pole.
mm. Wow,
Uh,
that's crazy. Uh,
it was rough to watch.
wow. Yeah, I don't know if I watched that one.
Nah, I wouldn't suggest it. I just happened to come across it. And
Mm,
hey, shit, and his mother was by his side, which
mm. Oh
is
God.
yeah, big downer there. But city of Boston made their paid tribute to him.
Hmm.
The Red Sox had their billboard up for
Yeah, I've
Clark.
seen that. Hmm.
Um, Celtics did something nice for him as well. It's rough to watch, man.
Yeah, that's 19. That's too young, man. Got too much ahead of you.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. And Scottie Pippen's son.
Yeah, that. Like, what is that's crazy. I mean, you never want to bury your child. You're not just no parent should have to bury their child at all.
nah.
And damn,
Yeah,
too
and
much
well,
bad, too much
yeah,
bad shit going around.
yeah, man. We gotta shout out to Scottie Pippen and send condolences to his family. And
Hmm.
it just nobody, like you said, nobody wants to bury their child. And I think he's been holding on to it for he held on to it for a bit, so
Mm.
it's rough, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Damn. Prayers definitely go out to him and his family.
Yeah. Um, it's it's a rough go there.
Hmm.
Um, but we're in the home stretch of the NBA season. A lot of injuries. If you're in your fantasy playoffs, you're competing for that championship. Uh, again, I'm going to toot my own horn. I'm doing very well. Uh, if you'll listen to me, you also be probably doing very well. So, um, some more pointers. You got if you haven't Mo Bamba, he's again might be out there for you.
Hmm.
I know Cole Anthony might be out there.
Deontay Murray,
Yep, Murray. Uh,
Covington.
oh yeah. So You're looking for guys who are on some bad teams who can maybe get some run. Some
Hmm.
R.J. Hampton, your Cole Anthony's.
You got one. And for you Syracuse fans out there, O'Shea Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers gave him a shot, and he broke out with 13 and 12. Shit. I, I'm just saying, you just get out there and get these guys. Don't make that same mistake I did because Kawhi wanted to go on low. Kawhi and KD had wanted to go on low management. I'm supposed to be up there, but what can you do? Injuries, low management. It's just couldn't bounce back from it. But it's all good. But definitely, and he got a 3-year deal out of it. Look at him go. See, 10-day contracts. You never know what they can turn into, people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Uh, yeah. So this was some good stuff here, man. Corey Richmond, thank you in the comments again. Catch
Yes,
the
sir.
Workshoot Wrestling Podcast uh, Thursday nights
7 p.m.
over in Wrestling Life. I think they were talking about AEW Blood and Guts, right?
On May 5th. I want to catch that.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll check it out. We'll see.
Yeah, that definitely sounds good. Again, catch all our other shows in the Life Group Podcast Network. Catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, iHeartRadio, Dong City, The Audible. Ourselves will be back on Friday night. The Knicks might pick up another 5 wins by then. So,
Goddamn right.
um, and the Total Basis podcast there as well. So,
Tomorrow at 3.
tomorrow at 3. Okay,
Yeah, they Felipe at 3.
I'm on a 4-game winning streak in our league. So,
Well, you got me, man. Messi need to put it together, man. They effing up. Runners in scoring position be killing me.
yeah,
They
giving the Cubs some hope. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either, man. We never played well at Wrigley. Cubs fans don't toot your horn too much. I mean, it's you got us at the right time. Just say it like that. I mean, now the Mets and the Nationals going at it. I don't think Leon give a shit. Actually, he got that championship hangover. He's like, I don't give a fuck. That's all my shit.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
care about it maybe when the season gets a little bit running.
yeah. April, Eric Fetty last night. I'm
That motherfucker's trash.
yeah, yeah. I counted that DeGrom game as an L. So I'm not even worried.
Well, what's going on with Soto though? Let's do a little crossover. What's going on with him?
Strained shoulder, from carrying the team. So he's on the IL.
Ah man, I thought it was from that shuffle a little bit. A little shuffle.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Strikes
just
out. Guy strikes out 15.
hell yeah, but toot my fucking horn. You goddamn right. What the fuck you mean? Best pitcher on the fucking planet. What the fuck a Shane Bieber, fucking Garrett Cole. What the fuck y'all crazy? Jake, motherfucker. And his name is Jake. Shit. Come on
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
That's all you need. Jake in your life.
Oh man, and that Cole Bieber matchup is
Oh
also
yeah.
today. They'll cover it again on Monday,
I'm watching that.
Dong City. So that's gonna be some good stuff. We'll be back here Friday night. Uh, you know, again,
Yes,
Knicks
sir.
might pick up some more wins, and
I'll
they're
take
up.
it.
They're up 5 right now. So
We'll
very
take
much
another
possible.
one. We'll take another one. Maybe I'll wear the RJ for 9 wins. Hit the music. We ought to, hit the music. You gonna see it every time they get a win. We have someone next tape. Just hit the music.
Oh man, that's what's up. But this is some good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in, and
Absolutely.
we'll see you next week. Oh, also shout out by the way to uh, Black Rob and
Wow.
Shock G, man. Yeah,
That's man. What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I
I
know.
mean, do a little whoa. I mean, for him, and it's your chance to do the Humpty Hump to remember, shocked by and damn, it's crazy. All the childhood guys, man, they going dropping like flies.
Yeah, man. Do the Humpty dance, your chance to
Let's
do the
do the
hump.
hump.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I mean, I
Uh,
do this Humpty dance. Step to the side like your leg is broken, all that,
yeah,
and finger near like whoa. I mean, damn, it's
yeah.
crazy.
It's a rough go. 2021 isn't much better.
Nah, not at all. Like my brother here said, check out all the podcasts. Just thank you for tuning in. God, you guys, Life Family, Life Podcast Group, keep doing your things. You're doing a great job, everybody. Bring this content to you, whether you like it or not. We get down to business. We ain't got no time to play around. What is this? Uh, nah, seriously, just thank you for tuning in, and you know the rest.
Catch you next week, man. Till then, ball out.